So today I'm going to be changing out my chicken's watering system. It attaches to a 55-gallon drum. We're going to go on a vacation. I want to make sure they don't run out of any water. And my mother-in-law's got to drive for a ways to get here to check on her chickens, so just kind of help her out. So what will happen is it comes with a bit to drill a hole. Comes with everything you need. The kit, this part here attaches to the barrel, runs through the hose, attaches to there, which will attach to the shutoff valve, and so forth. Just like that, all the way down to the end cap on the very end. This thing is made to where it has these little elbows. Everything is just kind of plug and play. You know, of course, granted, you have to glue it all together, but that goes into there, and then the cup comes off of that elbow. But I've found that the cups will actually screw directly into the pipe itself. And to me, that seems like it makes more sense because, now granted, this is laying flat, it's going to be setting up like this, but as I put it on a 2x6, that's going to give it a solid place to rest. It's going to keep it from doing any of this, and just to me looks much stronger than this setup, because this setup here is going to have the cup sticking way off the end of it, and it just doesn't seem to me like it would be very stable, because it's going to do a lot of this. And if the chickens try to jump up on the silly cups or anything, I don't know, it just, to me, seems like this configuration is much sturdier. So unbeknownst to me, this little turd here, whenever I turned my back, wasn't paying attention, got a hold of one of the watering cups and chewed on it and bent it and tore it up. So now, I guess, instead of having 8 water cups, we're just gonna have 7. I'm glad I didn't already have all of this stuff glued together. That would be really irritating. So something that you want to make sure you do as you're putting this together is make sure that all of these little elbows are exactly even with each other. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna screw the little cups on there. That way whenever I put it on, I can make sure that everything is touching just like it needs to. Hopefully that'll work. We'll see. So what I'm doing is I'm just screwing the cup onto here, and then I'll doctor the pipe, and then I slide that onto the pipe and attach it. That way I make sure I keep all of these little elbows here perfectly level. Because if you don't, you get one of these cups off center just a little bit, it's going to sit there and leak all of your water out, because the cup is not going to work the way it's designed to. Okay, so the initial assembly is complete. You can see how it's set up here. And then the hose will attach here, and it will run around to the 55-gallon drum. I'll mount a 2x6 inside. Yeah, that's sticky. I grabbed hold of the wrong part. Anyway, I will mount a 2x6 on the inside of the coop to mount this onto. It even comes with the brackets to hold it into place, to secure it, and it will be mounted and ready to go. I haven't specifically bought a barrel for this purpose yet. So what I'm going to do is I've got this barrel here that I was using. That's the drain from my AC unit. It runs down into here. And then I've been using this to just kind of redirect the water around and water that tree over there. But for the time being, until I get me another barrel, I'm going to use the one that I've already got. Kind of hard to see because I got a little bit of weeds right there, but anyway, it's already hooked up with a faucet. So I'm going to just use what I've got for the time being, and then eventually I'll either put a new barrel here and keep using this one for the chicken water, or I'll get one specifically for the chicken water. I don't know yet. So the way I've decided to do this, since this is going to be kind of temporary, is I'm putting a couple of hooks in here to hang on these wires for several reasons. One is because it's going to make it adjustable, because I can put these hooks on like this, hook them on that wire, and I can move the board up or down or wherever I want. Obviously I've got this hung way too high, but this just kind of show how it's going to work. I was going to use a 2x6, but 2x4 looks like it's going to fit perfect. So now I can move the 2x4 down here. If I'm feeding chicks, I can move it lower. If I'm watering full-grown chickens, I can move it up. And it's adjustable. I can hang it anywhere I want, and it's temporary. So if I need to, whenever we expand our coop and I take all of this dog kennel down, I'll be able to move it. Or if I use this dog kennel as part of my chick brooder or something like that, then I'll have it for that. So it's just going to leave me a lot of options, and they're quick, easy removal options. I don't have to make anything permanent. All right, so this is what we ended up coming up with here. Got the barrel there. This is not the faucet. The fitting is not the fitting that came with the kit. That I already had on this barrel, but I'm going to leave it there because this one has a solid lid on it, so there's no getting in there to put that other part on there. Besides that, I'm probably going to just end up moving this one back over to where it was before whenever I get a new barrel for this. But anyway, it comes out of here. I got it running around there. The hose is way too long for what I needed. I could have done with about a 24-inch hose, and I think it was a 6-foot hose. Anyway, it goes inside, hooks up to the waterer on the inside there, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So it comes in down there where the barrel is, and it's got 7 little troughs there for the chickens to water in. Of course, it, like I said, it would have had 8, but my dog got a hold of one of them and chewed it all to pieces and tore it up. So it's got 7. We've only got 6 chickens, and you know, even if we got more chickens later on, by golly, they can freaking take turns.